Good morning, how are you doing?
So busy at the moment promoting the new album and the new single.
Yeah, I am, and I'm actually going out physically on tour as well in June, so I can't wait till I'm starting in Ireland, but I'll be, I think the closest to yourselves will be the Deaf Institute in Manchester on Wednesday the 20th of June, so I can't wait to get the music out on the road again, you know.
Yeah, when I was looking through, I was smiling actually when I was looking through the sort of press releases and going through your history. I didn't realise you'd actually once represented Ireland in the Eurovision Song Contest.
Well, I didn't, I was backing vocalist in 2006 in Atkinson for Brian Kennedy, and we came 10th overall, which was quite good.
Oh, so I've been Wikipedia'd there.
Yeah, no, it's true. Yeah, but I didn't I wasn't out up front, but I was backing vocalist, so I suppose you could say I did.
Was he the guy who sung Better Man, Brian Kennedy's?
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
was that guy? Yeah,
he's brilliant. Yeah, but he was backing vocalist for Van Morrison for years and years and years. So his voice is running along with Van Morrison's on most of his tracks, which is amazing.
So I was looking through some of the other sort of stats and going back on your time with the Saturdays. I mean, it's amazing the success of that band. Over 5 million sales, 13 top 10s, 4 tours. You even had your own show on E. It's not bad for 6 years' work, really, that, is it?
Well, yeah, when you say it like that, it just sounds like a lot. But yeah, it was an amazing time in my life, and I enjoyed every minute of it. But we just got to that point where we all wanted to do different things. And I think if you're not all going to commit all 5 together to go forward, you might as well take a break, see what happens. Everyone's happy doing it. We're all very supportive of each other. But, I think if we do get back in the future, it will have to be that we completely commit back to as a group again, because you can't do two things. Like, you have to commit to something. That's what I feel anyway. So,
well, did you ever think actually off the back of that, though, I'll just declare now, because obviously you've got the kids, haven't you? You've got the happy married life. Did you ever just think to yourself, well, you know what, been there and done it, I'll take the easy life now?
Oh no, I'm still have to work. We have to pay the bills. That's the thing. This is my job, and it's my job. It's what I do for a living, and it's mightn't be normal to some people, but it is for me. I've always wanted to do music, but I wouldn't be able to do it if it wasn't for my fans and supporters out there that are continuing to support me, and some new fans along the way as well, because the music is quite a bit different than the Saturdays, but it's more true to myself, and it's all my own lyrics and melodies that I've came up with myself. So it's nice to have an original album.
And I know that was as well because you'd set out on that journey, really, hadn't you, as a solo thing, and you attempted it, and obviously you were doing the stuff you mentioned with the Eurovision, then the Saturdays come along, so it must be really satisfying now to be able to do that on your own.
Yeah, it is. It's nice to be able to still continue in music, and I hope to do so for many, many years, and I like every time to kind of slightly reinvent myself. I think that with this track it's a bit more pop, which I really am enjoying, and I don't want to neglect my pop side, because I have, and actually my biggest dream has come true, the fact that I've got a dance remix, because the song came into my head. I was actually in Malta on my holidays last summer, and it was in a club, and I just saw people out dancing, and I said, and I love dance music. I'm a huge fan. Throughout my teens, that was always blaring in my bedroom, and I just said, I really want a song that people can dance in a club to. And then the melody came into my head, so I ran into the bathroom and I was like humming na 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 na, and I was like, right, so that's my hook. And then I went back anyway to the studio, and I co-wrote the song with Nick Atkinson and Ed Holloway, and we co-wrote the lyrics together and came up with the whole song. We'd done it written in about 2 or 3 hours. Then we demoed it that day, and then because I know the structure of the song really lends itself to be a dance track, and we sent the song to the guys at Seventh Heaven, and they've done an amazing remix, 2 remixes of it, and I love it. Yeah, so I'm so happy that you're playing that track, because I want to be in a club when it comes on. That's the next dream.
Well, we are going to play that shortly on the Breakfast Show once again. But so with the album, which we're going to move on to now, it is very different, isn't it, from the music that people would expect with regards to what you did with the Saturdays. Going back to the start, who was, she was talking about always wanting a song that people could dance to. Who were the big inspirations growing up then, Una?
Well, I always had all the big dance remix compilation albums, like Ministry of Sound and Euphoria and all them in the 90s. But just as a singer-songwriter, I really admire people like Sheryl Crow, Damien Rice. I love Celtic folk music as well, like Christy Moore and people like that. My uncle was a country singer, so there is quite a heritage of folk in my family. And just I like to write songs that mean something to me, and that I can then literally pass on to the audience to take and make their own. And the most satisfying thing of all is when I get messages from people saying, oh, your song really helped me through this time in my life, where I can really relate to it. I feel like that too. And that's why at a show, the shows I'm doing are very stripped back, very acoustic, and I go on to explain where the songs came from and why I wrote them and that as well.
Because it's very interesting, because you would have been okay to basically go out and do the solo career and stick to the pop thing, but I think it's very, very brave. You went over to Nashville, didn't you? You worked with some top songwriters, and you took a sort of different route.
I didn't actually write any music in Nashville. I went out there, I sang in the Bluebirds, but I wrote all my music in the UK actually. I wrote all
Who was the guys you were working with? There was a Grammy producer, wasn't there?
No, well, I co-wrote "Stay My Love" in my living room in Northampton with the Grammy winner Amy Wedge.
Right,
so it can all actually happen.
Sounds a bit more rock and roll, though, to be totally honest, than like heading over to Nashville. I did it in my living room.
I did it in my living room in Northampton. I think it's a bit more keep it real and keep it. I don't lie. I'm an honest person, so it did actually. That's the beauty of it all. I think I love the fact that it was written in my living room over a cup of tea. Do you know?
Yeah. So what's been the fans' reaction then so far then to the new style of music?
Yeah, no, I'm really positive with this track, and I think a lot of people are enjoying it because there's like the dance remix as well, and it's just a really fun song. It's empowering as well. It's a bit of a, you know, do you go do one now?
Yeah.
I've moved on. See ya. You know, you never see me cry, because obviously to cry is a very powerful physical emotion, and if your tears have dried up and you really they no longer mean anything to you, you can walk away with your head held high. And yeah, so it's that kind of a one, empowering.
So the tour then, which is upcoming soon, we touched on it briefly before. You're playing some cracker venues, King Tut's up in Glasgow, which was the one where famously Oasis was signed to Creation Records, so a bit of history there. I
heard about that, and yeah, and it's been like rewarded several times with the best live venue. I'm so excited to perform there. Again, as well in the Deft Institute, I heard that's an amazing place to perform, in Manchester, down in London as well. But I just like to get around, but it's nice to do a up close and personal gig to start off with, and people get to familiar with the music and the style and that, you know. So
what can we expect from the tour as well? Is it a very acoustic set? Because when I came here before, your guitarist was with you, and I know you've been performing some tracks at some of the places you've been on this promotional tour. Is it going to be all acoustic, or have we got a full band?
But no, I have myself an acoustic guitar, I have a bass player and a keys player, so it's just three of us, real stripped back acoustic. But we promised to put on an amazing show and really get the audience involved. I for one, I love going to a show where people can really get involved and feel part of it, and you can connect with the audience, you know.
Okay, and the status at the moment as well with the Saturdays, obviously you said it's not something that you're saying is forever, it's something that you could revisit, but the concentration now is the solo stuff. Yeah,
I won't say forever is over, you know. But it's over for now anyway. We're just getting on, we all get on great, chat, you know, here and there, but we're not regrouping anytime soon, you know. It's actually only 10 years since we had our first single, so much has happened then, and even since we had our greatest hits tour just 4 years ago now, we're just moved on a bit, you know. But you never say never.
Okay, well, as we mentioned, the brand new single is called Never See Me Cry. We're going to play that for you once again on The Breakfast Show. I think all what's left for me to do, obviously, is get you to introduce the song Una. We'll put full details on where you can get tickets and where you can check out Una live, and all the details for the Instagram and the Twitter and everything. But thank you very, very much for coming on The Breakfast Show this morning. It's been a pleasure.
Oh, thanks so much for having me.
And if you could do us the honours of introducing the song, that would be fantastic.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. It's Una Healy here, and you're going to listen to my new single, Never See Me Cry, on Zest.